We are very excited that Oprah is about to reveal her next highly anticipated book club selection right here, only on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Hey, CBS team. I'm so excited to be here with you all to share my next book club selection, The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois by award-winning poet Honorée Fanonne Jeffers. Wow. May I say, this is her very first novel, and it is epic. And I was just enraptured by the lineage and the story of this modern African-American family, the Garfields, who are living in the North, but deeply rooted in the South. It's a combination of historical and modern story. I've never read anything quite like it. It just consumed me, all 790 pages. So I am thrilled for you that Ms. Honorée is there to share more about her epic book, which is available beginning today, wherever books are sold. Wow. The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. So get your copy and then join me as we read and discuss this beautiful novel at Oprah's Book Club on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, CBS This Morning.
You're welcome, Oprah. Poet Honorée Fanonne Jeffers received the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literary Work this year. She has published 5 poetry volumes before writing, as Oprah just described, her debut novel, and she joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Honorée. It's so good to meet you in person. I've heard great, great things. But let me hold
Good morning, Gayle.
Let me hold up this book, because the first thing I said to Oprah when I got it, I said, you know, it's close to 800 pages. Don't you think that's a lot to ask readers to do? And she said, just read it. Because I said, why is it so long? She goes, that is the wrong question to ask. She said, just read it. And then I started reading it, and I called her back, and I go, I totally get it. I totally get it. So bravo to you. I want to talk about the character in the book, the main character, Ailey. Tell us about her. I've heard her described as messy and a firecracker.
Well, Ailey Pearl Garfield is the child of Gayle and Jeff Garfield, and she is messy. She is, she's chubby. She's, she'll cuss people out. She'll get them told. She really tells people what's on her mind, but she's also very brilliant.
Yes.
And very engaged in reading and thinking and critical analysis. And so I just wanted to present someone that wasn't perfect, but was really fascinating for readers.
You know, Oprah said to me that when she read it, it felt like coming home, because it focuses on trauma, unprocessed trauma in your life and how it affects your life later on. Could you talk about that? Because originally you were thinking this was going to be a beach read, but no, it's certainly far from that.
Well, yes. The first thing, that I wanted was just a commercial book, a beach read, something that my agent could sell, because she really wanted me to write a novel, but I wasn't interested in writing a novel. I only wanted to write short stories. But then what happened is I began to have these dreams where people would come to me in the dreams, African-American people, and particularly women, dark brown skin, as the kids say, richly melanated women. And they would talk to me. Sometimes I couldn't understand what they were saying. Their accents were so thick. And then it took me, I would wake up from the dreams, I would write down what had been said. And then it took me probably about 18 months to 2 years to realize these were Ailey's ancestors. And that's when the whole book changed.
Honorée,
that's when it changed.
It's an incredible story. I love hearing about the process of it. And on that subject, how did you, you did an immense amount of historical research to write a story about America that begins before America was called America, way before. How did you keep that lyrical poet's voice in the book when bringing in all of this history?
And you call it Love Songs.
Well, one of the things is, because I'm a poet, my natural voice is very much poetic. There were moments where I was scared that it was too poetic, and I tried to, strip the poetry out. And my agent, Sarah Burns, she was just really upset.
Huh.
She was like, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
And so, but in terms of calling it love songs, it's a love letter to Black women.
Yeah.
And again, Black women, deep brown Black women, coily haired, kinky haired, the kind of women that I view as beautiful. Women that look like Oprah, women that look like Michelle Obama, women that look like Viola Davis. I wanted, again, to have a different story, a story that would celebrate us in all our beauty and complexity.
Honorée, I'm fascinated by your process, and I'm fascinated by how these voices came to you in your dreams. What did you make of them when you first started hearing them?
I dream poems a lot. Poetry is like prayer for me. And so I'm used to waking up with language, in my spirit, in my head, and writing them down. The hardest part was taking what at first I thought were just long prose poems and then making them into a story. That's what took a lot longer. If I was just going to write a series of poems, I would have been done with that in, 18 months, 2 years. But trying to make sure that these characters were fully developed and then connecting them to Ailey so that everything comes together at the end of the book. That's
Professor?
what took a long time. Yes.
Professor Jeffers,
Yes.
let me just say this. The Atlantic says, with the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois, Jeffers has created an opus, an indelible entry into the canon of contemporary American literature, one of the foundational fictional tests of Black literature, worthy of sitting alongside Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, and Jesmyn Ward's Sing Unburied Sing.
That's a pretty good company.
And I understand when Oprah called you, you thought that you were being pranked. I think that's funny. That happens to her all the time.
Yeah, I did. And until she got that Oprah sound to her voice, and she said, "This is Oprah Winfrey." and then I said, "Oh my God!" And then I started crying. Then I cried and cried.
No, I've never heard her use the word enrapture for a book. And Lady Lee, who's on camera 3, told me this just now. There's a 19-week wait at the library for your book. 19 weeks wait. So congratulations, bravo, bravo. I'm so happy for you. And I can't wait for people to read it. People of all colors should read this book. Thank you, Professor Jeffries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss King. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois is on sale right now.